So the idea of the circle of fifths is not so difficult, it just takes a few steps to get to. The reason I'm talking about the circle of fifths now is because it's coming up next week, and I just wanted to give you a little preview and connect it to what we're doing this week. So we're talking about keys this week, and in your book, in the workbook, so far we've talked about these major scales. That's in the workbook. I think it also goes this direction. Okay, in the workbook and the videos that we've done here, these are the major scales that we've covered. I want to bring to your attention how far apart they are from each other. So I'm going to draw a little circle here. That did not work at all. One circle here. It's close enough. Terrible circle. Here we go. If we put C at the top, because C is kind of always what we start with. Let me get this out of the way. C on the top, and we'll say for a C major scale, there are no sharps or flats. If we go to the right in this direction, and we go 5 letters or 5 notes up, so C, D, E, F, G. G, if you write the correct major scale, has 1 sharp. And if you go again, 5 letters above G, G, A, B, C, D, a major scale on D, a D major scale has 2 sharps in it. And you can go reference the scales that we were doing in the workbook or on the videos. If we went another 5 notes, D, E, F, G, A has 3 sharps. You follow me so far? If we start from C and go to the G, 5 letters up, C, D, E, F, G, and we add 1 sharp. Okay, so we're talking about major scales here. C major scale, no sharps or flats. G major scale, 1 sharp. D major, 2 sharps. A major, 3 sharps. And it works the other way. I'm going to go 5 notes down. So C, B, A, G, F. F major has 1 flat. And we keep going down, though it's a little tricky when we get to the flats side. So this, what I'm drawing here is called the circle of fifths. And this is mainly what it's used for, is to talk about how many sharps or flats are in the keys. And once you know how many there are, then you always know what they are, what is sharp and flat, because they always come in exactly the same order. So you can't have 2 sharps in the key of D without one of them being the same sharp as the one in the key of G. In other words, in the key of G, or a G major scale, there is an F sharp in order to follow the formula, the last half step from F sharp to G. In D, there are 2 sharps, and one of them is F sharp. So it kind of keeps adding 1 sharp as you go along. You carry over the 2 that you have here, and then you add this one, and then you carry over the 3 you have here, and you add the next one. Okay, so the circle of fifths, they go in fifths: C, D, E, F, G, G, A, B, C, D, D, E, F, G, A. It's a fifth, ascending. Or you go to the left, C, B, A, G, F is 1, and then this is where it gets confusing. B is 5 letters below, or descending, F, E, D, C, B. But actually, the key of B flat is next, and we will talk about that as we get into the actual unit for the circle of fifths. And then this pattern just keeps going. You add 1, so the next one would be 3 flats, and then you have another, and that next one had 4 flats, and this one will have an extra sharp. The whole circle of fifths keeps kind of going until they meet somewhere in this area. There are a couple keys that overlap. You could have a bunch of sharps here, or you could have just 5 flats. You know, this will go to 7 sharps over here. And it gets confusing, more confusing than even what I just wrote. But hopefully this gives you an idea of what we're going to be talking about next week. The major scale formula is essential for what we're about to do, and understanding where things are on the keyboard will be extremely important, so you know exactly what notes we're talking about. So if that's something you're still working on, please make sure you feel more comfortable with that the sooner than later.